So what we got here, we got two circle hooks, fairly small, size 3-4 will work pretty well, just with a lumo bead on each end. And they're actually going through a swivel, so you tie one hook on, feed the rest of your trace through the swivel, and then tie your other hook on. Because it's just centralized in the swivel, this will move on that swivel the entire width of my arms, which is about 1800, 6 foot of movement right there. So if the snapper grabs one half, boom, it runs that far before it engages the sinker. Now the beauty of this is, not only that, but if you look at this here, just above my sinker, I've got a proper pulley bead. So the way this is put together, you've got your sinker, an imp clip at the bottom, followed by a swivel going into a proper pulley. And now this swivel has got your trace with two hooks halved up on either side. So what will happen when a snapper grabs, or any fish for that matter, grabs one side of this, it'll run up to here, but also if you've got your drag set light, your sinker's dug in, this is acting as a running ledger as well. So it will pull out, it will run along this as well. So if you look at the entire length of this rig, we're going out about over 2 meters easily. And this is a short rig. This rig's about 400 long, 450 long when complete. I could tie this twice as long and I could have nearly 4 meters of running trace before the sinker engages. Now if you look at how this casts, because you're going to be thinking, well that's going to cast fairly poorly, having this much flapping around, and especially two of them under your sinker. But here's where the clever part comes in. So if you have a look here, this is why I've called it the eagle rig. So if you look at the main rig body, you'll see at the top there's a bent Gemini clip. Now that bent Gemini clip's got a hook on, and this is how the rig works. You grab your trace in the middle somewhere, so it looks like this. I've called this the eagle rig for now because it reminds me of an eagle's wings. And then you just hook that over your bent Gemini clip, hook that over your bent Gemini clip, tension these down so that they're the same, and then grab both the hooks at the bottom, and then that there will just slide on that pulley rig and sit under its own tension of the sinker during casting. So that will cast out like that and it won't come undone. So a rig this long has a running trace of 2 and a bit meters easily. And like I said, if I tied this so it was this long, which is not unfeasible to cast at all with a 14-15 foot rod, you're going to have 3.5-ish meter trace running. You're basically crossing the bridge between casting rigs out a long way and straight lining. I can put this out a long distance. And of course you all know the same old story, it hits the water, ink clip releases. Now you can see one of these hooks hung up at the top, but as this rig descends through the water, that's just going to flick off there like that. Easy peasy. And then bang, we've got a running rig that runs all the way through the sinker up to here like that. Sometimes one other little tip I like to do with this rig, I actually put a float on one side. You can even put a bit of split shot on the other side so that you're getting a sort of diag fashion as this would sit in the water, which helps it not tangle up as much, as well as you're fishing 2 parts of the water column. So it's a good exploring rig in that sense as well. So yeah.